Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful rack top. Okay, so first I will be drafting the bust point. So I'll be starting with the back pattern. Please note that. So measure your bust point, your waistline, and the top length. So connect it this way. So I'll be using the whole length of the pattern for the top length. So the neck width, I measure 3 inches for the neck width. The shoulder measurement divided by 2, come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope and connect it to your neck width like this. So measure your armhole, that's your bust round divided by 6 plus 1.5. So whatever you have at the shoulder area, you bring it to where you measured first and you connect it this way with a straight line. So that's the armhole. So I found the distance between the armhole and my bust point. So you roll it and that will serve as your chest line. The line that is stained from the armpit, from the armhole is the chest line. So you create a simple curve like this. Then for the neck depth, I measured 1.5. You can do 1.5 or 1 inches for the neck depth for the back. So I think this is 1 inch. So it's okay for the neck depth. Then I'll measure my nipple to nipple distance divided by 2. That's for the dart. So you measure that on the waistline and also measure it on the chest line also. Then from the chest line, come down by 1 inch and connect it to the waistline. So on both sides of this line, okay, before that, go to the top length, remove your hemming allowance. So I roll out the hemming allowance because I want to work with the actual top length. So on the actual top length, you measure your nipple to nipple distance also and go up by 2 inches. Then you connect it to the waistline, the straight line. So I already measure ½ inch on both sides of the waistline. So you roll it this way. So this is how our dart is going to look like. Okay. So back to the chest line, you measure your bust round divided by 4. Added ½ inch for ease, then your same allowance. On the waistline also, measure your waist round divided by 4, ½ inch for ease, then 1 inch for the dart. Replace the 1 inch for the dart allowance, then you add your seam allowance. So I think I use 1.5 inches for the seam allowance. Then go to the top length, measure your hip round divided by 4, ease allowance, then your seam allowance. So remember or note that I added ½ inch all through for the ease allowance. But the ease allowance is optional. I don't just want it to be too tight on my body. So this is it for the back. So if you want some curve at the hem line, you can just go ahead and curve it slightly. You can see. So this is just for the back. Working on the front pattern now, I'm going to measure about 5 inch from the center front. So it's just like a free space. Measure about 5 inch from the center front. Then at the upper part also measure about 5 inch. So we're just going to leave those space before we start. And you'll see the reason later. So now this line is going to serve as the center front. So I'm measuring the bust point, the waistline, then the top length. Okay, so also the top length and the hemming allowance. I use 2 inches for the hemming allowance. Then you roll it out. So I'll measure the neck width. I'll measure 3 inches for the neck width. Then also measure your shoulder to shoulder distance divided by 2. Then come down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. Then you measure your armhole and your bust round divided by 6 plus 1.5. Then you connect it to the shoulder slope, the straight line. So I'm finding the distance between the bust point and this armhole so that you can have a straight line there. And also the line is going to serve as the chest line. Okay, so this same line you find the midpoint, mark the midpoint, then you go in by 3/4 inches. So this will help you to create the armhole curve for the front. If you notice, the way we created the one for the back is different from this. Okay, then on the waistline, you're going to measure your nipple to nipple distance. That's for the dart. Then on the bust point also you measure it. Then come down by 2 inches from the bust point. Then connect it this way. Then from the actual top length, also measure your nipple to nipple distance divided by 2. Then go up by 2 inches. Connect it to the waistline with a straight line like this. Then on the both side of this line, on the waistline, you measure ½ inch on both sides. So it's as simple as this, guys. Okay. Then on the chest line, you fix in your bust round divided by 4, ½ inch for east, then your seam allowance, which is 1.5 inches. On the waistline, you do the same thing, add ½ inch all through. Your waist round divided by 4 plus ½ inch and your seam allowance. Then on the top length, to measure your hip round divided by 4 plus ½ inch and your seam allowance. So connect it this way. Okay. So you connect it and blend the sharp edges this way. Then remember the curve we created at the hem line. So if you still, since you created it at the back, you should do the same thing for the front also. So this is the basic. Okay. Then for the neck depth for the front, I came down by 3 inches also. Then you measure whatever we have for the back pattern, the neck round for the back pattern, measure it and make sure it's accurate. So I have about 3.5 inches. So this 3.5 inches, just watch carefully the way I'm going to place it. So before then, let's extend our waistline. Okay, then connect this line from the neck width. If you watch the picture very well, so we are creating the exact thing on this picture. Okay, so connect it this way. Then you can now follow the same line to extend it upward. So this 3.5 inches that you measure from the back pattern, so that's what I'm bringing here now. Then you decide how wide you want it to be. So I'll be measuring, you can do 3, 3.5 or 4. So I measure 3.5 and I'll connect it this way also. Okay, so from this neckline, I came out by, we are creating the notch collar now. So I came out like about 1.5 inches. You can come out by 1 inch or 1.5 inches and go up by the same 1 inch or 1.5. It's just for me to be able to create this slanted line. So there's no any standard measurements. Then I'll connect it this way. Okay. So I'm just going to use my marker to make the lines bold. Okay. So from this waistline, I'll be connecting this line to the M line. So you just look for something curved to extend it this way. Then make sure you blend it properly. Then if you're going to be using side dart, you can watch this part so carefully. So I came down by 1 inch for the side bust dart. By the end of the day, I didn't use it again. Then I went on to return the dart allowance to the M line. Please, you can just avoid this part because if we are going to be using this side dart, we'll need to open up the dart that we first created. And I was not ready for that process now, so I end up not using it. But I already filmed it, so and I don't just want to cut it out. So I want to recreate the curved part. Okay. So now after this part, we need to create a lapel. Because if you watch the picture very well, there's a lapel in front. So I now went on to extend it by about 2.5 inches. Just from the neck depth. So I extend it forward by about 2.5 inches and connect it to the waistline where the slanted line stopped. So the lapel is going to fall back by the time you are done with everything. So this is what we have. This is it. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe. So carefully cut out this collar part. You can see the way I'm cutting it out. This is a wrap top. It's not the normal blazer. So there's a slight difference with the neckline. So like I said about the side butts, just forget about it, okay? Do as if I did not create that part. So I'm removing the extra allowance I added. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.